Reverend Michael, and his lesson today is a pair divine.
Thank you, Reverend Louis. A pair divine. What does that mean? No answers, huh? I might have an idea or two here. So good morning, beloveds.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So I offer my statement of truth. As many of you know, I like to create what is working and what I'm knowing for myself every single month. And this month for April is, truth is not an event, it's a process. See? I like the affirmation of my statement. Celebrating outside even. Truth is not a process. Truth is a process, not an event. And so, hearing this, I suggest we begin the process this morning. So this morning I begin with our center's theme for April, and that is let's celebrate prosperity or abundance. Are you ready to celebrate your abundance today?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
I didn't hear much enthusiasm. So, as far as my thinking goes, and it goes pretty far, pretty wide, pretty up and around, as you know, there are many ideas and definitions and many examples in our world on the word and term abundance. So I have a question. Guess how many there are? How many definitions or ideas there are for this term abundance?
12.
Oh,
150.
150. You're all right. You're all correct.
For as many people as there are.
Correct. My interpretation is that there are as many definitions as there are individuals on the planet. And then some. And then some multiply. Each of us has an idea or a mental picture of that which we perceive being what? Abundant. Is abundance those things that you and I collect throughout our lives? Things like houses and cars and bling bling.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, partly. And they're fun. They feel good. These things feel good. And many things taste real good. And things sure are pretty to behold, aren't they? But things are the result. The result of abundance rather than abundant thinking. Consciousness is the result. The abundance of consciousness is the result of our inner mental concept of worthiness. The bling-bling of our lives, of themselves, are just things. The Rig Veda wrote in the Hymn of Creation, and I quote, "In the beginning there was desire, which was the first seed of mind. Sages, having meditated in their hearts, have discovered by their wisdom the connection of the existent with the non-existent." The existent with the non-existent. In the Science of Mind textbook, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, writes, "The science of mind theory rests entirely upon the supposition that it is impossible to have a true subjective concept without there being a positive, absolute, and equal objective fact. The two will exactly balance." And so the first seed of desire, our true subjective concept, is where our ideas of our worth and our wholeness reside. This is the place in mind where I refer to as the heart of spirit, the heart of all that matters to us, to you and I as individuals. And from this place of absolute knowing springs forth the perfect amount of abundant good you and I are able and willing to receive and accept. Did you get that? This perfect balance of knowing and accepting is what I call a pair divine. Knowing, accepting as one. So as I was contemplating today's lesson, I thought, what is this pair divine? Because my first idea when I chose the title was Easter and rabbits and ears, you know. Oh my. 2 ears. So, and that's a pair, right? Well, I've compiled a list of references of pairs. Noah's Ark, 2 by 2, right? We know that one. Adam and Eve. Pair of shoes. Pair of glasses. Why are they called a pair? I guess 2 lenses. Okay. A pair of aces. Gambling. Snake eyes. The perfect pair. And 1 pair, which does not mean 2. The fruit. Pair. The one. And my suit was a 2 for 1. You gotta think outside your box. Louie and I were shopping one day and they were having a 2 for 1 sale. And I asked the salesman, do they have to be the same size? And he goes, well, I hadn't thought of anything not being the same size. So we had him step outside his box. So we each got a suit in our own perfect size. A twofer. Perfect pair. And of course, last but certainly not least, the basis of our teaching, the science of mind, which is the study of first cause, study of spirit, universal mind, of that invisible essence that Reverend Louis spoke of in his meditation today. The power back of all creation. And the pair we refer to in the science of mind, cause and effect. Always cause as effect. Are you aware of the perfection of you? Are you? Are you? You are the embodiment of a divine pairing. In this life, you began with the pairing of your biological parents. At that very instant called conception, you began your divine process. At that moment. Maybe before. I don't know. But I do believe that is the beginning of you and I individually. In that moment, you were in a process free of any delusion, a process filled with overwhelming potential. I believe we arrive in form to be a vehicle for Spirit's expression, that being one of love. And the greatest known teachers and mystics and the spiritual scholars tend to agree that God, Spirit, whatever name we term this it, is good and loving and generous in all things. This teaching offers the student, you and I, a way of understanding the perfect balance of spirit. As we learn to consciously use the principles, knowing that they reside more of the time within us than we're able to fully recognize. They reside in mind, your mind, which is God's mind, the one mind. It means paying attention to our inner wisdom, which is our true spiritual nature. It doesn't go anywhere. Our spiritual nature never moves away. It doesn't leave home. We have the opportunity to be here in a more conscious manner through a greater knowing of who we are. Well, it can be meditation. It can be prayer treatment. or any spiritual practice that works best for you. But most of the time, in any spiritual practice, it begins by being still, by letting everything move away that is outside ourselves. It is recognizing something greater, something more, even though we're part of that more, something that I can grow into a larger consciousness around. And then to know that I am all that that is, to the degree that I can accept all that that is. And whatever that is that we accept is good. It's as much as we can accept. And then to know what we have in our life is good for us, no matter what it is. To be able to name and claim not only what we see, but what we desire as something more, or something different. And then to be grateful. To be in gratitude for who we are and what we bring to life. That's when we're living our life purpose. Is being in conscious, continuous communion as who we really are.